I handed my wife the envelope at our son's 8th birthday party in front of her parents, her sister, and the man whose baby she was carrying. How do you forgive the person who destroyed your family when that person is your own blood? But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take you back to where this started, 2 months earlier. It's a Tuesday morning in April, and I'm making coffee in our kitchen when Rebecca walks past me to the bathroom. She's moving carefully, too carefully, like someone trying not to jostle a secret. "You okay?" I ask. "Fine," she says, doesn't look at me. I pour her coffee, black, the way she likes it. When she comes back to the kitchen, her hand shakes as she reaches for the cup, just slightly, just enough. "Mommy, are you sick?" Noah asks from the table. He's 8 years old, fork hovering over his scrambled eggs, watching his mother with that hyper-aware expression kids get when they sense something's wrong in the adult world. "Just tired, baby," Rebecca says. She kisses the top of his head, takes a sip of coffee, sets it down fast. "I have to..." She doesn't finish, just walks back to the bathroom. I hear the door lock. Noah looks at me. "Is Mommy okay?" "She's fine, buddy. Eat your breakfast." But she's not fine. I know this because when I take out the bathroom trash that night, Rebecca's working late again, 3rd time this week. I find the pregnancy test wrapped in tissue paper, 2 pink lines, positive. I should be happy. We talked about having another kid. Someday, eventually. But as I stand there in our bathroom holding that test, my brain does the math I've been avoiding for weeks. The timeline didn't add up. We hadn't slept together in over 2 months. At dinner the next night, Rebecca's parents invite us over for Sunday. Rebecca's mother, Margaret, has that particular tone of voice, the one that means this isn't optional. "Emily won't be there," Margaret adds. She's, still having a hard time. I glance at Rebecca. Her face does something strange. Not concern, not sympathy, something colder. "She's fine," Rebecca says, cutting into her chicken. "We don't need to talk about her every time we have a conversation." Margaret flinches. "I'm just worried about your sister." "My sister is 33 years old. She can handle her own life." The silence that follows is sharp enough to cut. Noah looks between the adults, confused. I change the subject to his upcoming science project, but I can't stop thinking about the way Rebecca said my sister, like Emily was a burden, an inconvenience. It wasn't always like this. Rebecca and Emily used to be close, best friends even. Emily was Rebecca's maid of honor at our wedding, but 2 years ago, something shifted. Emily got engaged to a man named Brandon Mitchell. Big proposal, family ring, the whole thing. Then 6 months later, it fell apart. Brandon called it off. No explanation. Emily was devastated. Rebecca's response at the time was strange. She didn't cry with her sister, didn't rage about Brandon. She just said, maybe it wasn't meant to be, and changed the subject. Like her sister's heartbreak was a minor plot point in someone else's story. That Sunday at Margaret and Richard's house, there's a family photo on the mantle, studio portrait from the 90s. Emily's maybe 3 years old, sitting in their parents' laps. Rebecca's 6, standing beside them. Both parents have their hands on Emily. Rebecca's face is serious for a kid that age. Someone, Rebecca, I realize with a chill, has circled herself in red pen, drew an arrow, wrote me in capital letters. I'm about to point it out to Rebecca when Margaret asks, "How's Emily doing? Has she talked to you?" Rebecca's face goes cold. Actually cold, like someone flipped a switch. "She's fine. I don't know why you're so worried. She's probably over him by now." "She's not over him," Richard says quietly. "She told your mother she still loves him." Rebecca stands up. "I need to use the bathroom." She's gone for 10 minutes. When she comes back, her eyes are red, but not from crying, from something else. Anger, maybe. The Cabo trip happens 3 weeks later. Girls' healing weekend. Rebecca calls it. She's taking Emily to Cabo San Lucas with 2 other friends, Sarah and Jennifer. Emily needs this, Rebecca tells me. She's been so depressed since Brandon. I help Rebecca pack, watch her fold bikinis, sundresses, that expensive sunscreen she likes. She's on her phone constantly, texting. Who are you talking to? I ask. Just the girls, coordinating. She leaves on a Thursday. Texts me a picture of her and Emily at the airport. Emily looks tired but grateful. Rebecca's smiling. It looks real. Noah asks when Mommy's coming home. I tell him Sunday. We make plans. Pizza night, movie, just boys. Friday morning, Noah shows me a postcard that arrived in the mail. It's from Cabo. Rebecca sent it before she left, must have mailed it from the airport. Having fun with Aunt Emily, it says in Rebecca's handwriting. Love you both. I pin it to the fridge, smile, try not to think about the fact that Rebecca's been coordinating on her phone for weeks about a 3-day trip. That night, I'm cleaning up dinner when I see Rebecca's laptop open on the counter. She forgot to close it before she left. The screen is still lit. I shouldn't look. I know I shouldn't, but I look. Her email is open, and there, in the trash folder, she forgot to empty it, is a confirmation from the Fontainebleau Resort. 2 rooms booked, 1 standard, 1 upgraded to a junior suite. The suite upgrade cost $340 per night. Rebecca's credit card wasn't charged. Someone else paid. Rebecca comes home Sunday night glowing, tan, relaxed. She tells me about the beach, the food, the spa day. Emily's doing better, she says, really better. They talked, bonded. It was exactly what Emily needed. That's great, I say. I'm loading the dishwasher, not looking at her. Are you okay? She asks. Fine, just tired. She kisses my cheek, goes upstairs. I hear the shower running. Monday morning, I call in sick to work. I need to think. I need to figure out what I'm dealing with here. The pregnancy test, the timeline, the hotel upgrade someone else paid for. I open my laptop, Google Brandon Mitchell. It's not a common name, and I remember he worked in resort consulting. Something about hotel management systems. His LinkedIn pops up. There's a post from 3 weeks ago. Great week working with the team at Fontainebleau Cabo. Beautiful property, wonderful people. Hospitality life. The dates match Rebecca's trip. Exactly. My hands are shaking. I'm reaching for conclusions I don't want to reach. Maybe it's a coincidence. Cabo's a big place. Brandon working at the same resort where Rebecca and Emily stayed. It could be random. But then I remember Rebecca planned this trip. She chose the hotel. She booked the rooms. I need evidence. Real evidence. That afternoon, I'm walking past Rebecca's purse when I see her phone screen light up. She's upstairs, still unpacking. The phone's unlocked. I pick it up. There's a text thread, recent, contact name, B. The messages are deleted, but my phone backs up to the cloud. I know this. Rebecca doesn't. I open my laptop, log into our shared iCloud account, go to message recovery. 6 months of texts appear, all to B, hundreds of them. The first one is from October, 6 months ago. I found you on LinkedIn. We should catch up. I scroll down, November. Emily will never know. She's moved on anyway. December. I've been thinking about Cabo. The Fontainebleau is beautiful. You should check it out. January. You still love her, don't you? Even after all this time? February. Perfect. See you there. March, 2 days before the trip. Emily thinks this is for her. She has no idea. I close the laptop, sit there, try to breathe. She planned this for months. The healing trip wasn't about healing Emily. It was about destroying her. I call my friend Kevin that night. He's also a teacher at my school. Known him for 15 years. I trust him. Do you remember Brandon Mitchell, Emily's ex? I ask. Yeah, the guy who called off their engagement. Why? Do you know what he does for work? Resort consulting, I think. Why? I tell him. Not everything. Just enough. The Cabo trip, the LinkedIn post, the fact that Rebecca and Brandon were at the same hotel. Kevin's silent for a long moment. Thomas, he says carefully, are you saying what I think you're saying? I don't know what I'm saying. You need to be sure. Before you do anything, you need to be absolutely sure. He's right. I need proof, not circumstantial, not suggestive. Proof. That night, I lie in bed next to Rebecca. She's asleep. Her hand rests on her stomach. There's a baby growing in there. Someone's baby. I need to know whose. The DNA test kit arrives on a Thursday, ordered online, unmarked box. The company promises results in 5 business days. I hide it in the garage, behind the toolbox where Rebecca never looks. The instructions say I need a cheek swab from both parents. Rebecca's will be easy. I can get it from her toothbrush. Mine is already done. But every time I think about actually collecting the sample, actually sending it off, I freeze. Because once I open that box, once I get those results, there's no going back. If I'm wrong, if the baby is mine, I've destroyed my marriage with paranoia. If I'm right, if the baby isn't mine, I've lost my marriage anyway. Noah finds me in the garage that Saturday afternoon. I'm holding the test kit, staring at it. Daddy, why are you sad? I hide the kit behind my back. Smile. I'm not sad, buddy. Yes, you are. Your face is sad. Kids see everything. They see what we try to hide. I'm just thinking about grown-up stuff, I tell him. Is it about mommy? Why would you think that? She's different now. She's on her phone all the time, and she doesn't laugh at my jokes anymore. He's right. Rebecca has changed, not just in the last few weeks, in the last few months, since October, since that first text to B. Mommy's just busy with work, I say. Okay. He doesn't believe me. Can we play basketball? Yeah, let's play basketball. We go outside, shoot hoops. He beats me 3-1 because I can't focus. My brain is stuck on the test kit in the garage. The decision I have to make. That night, Rebecca goes to bed early, says she's exhausted. The pregnancy, probably. I wait until she's asleep, then sneak into the bathroom, take her toothbrush, collect the sample according to the instructions, seal it in the provided envelope. Mine's already done. I did it this morning while she was at the store with Noah. I addressed the package, put it in my car. Tomorrow I'll mail it from the post office on my way to work. I sit in my car in our driveway for 20 minutes just holding the envelope. This is it. The point of no return. I told myself if the test came back positive, if the baby was mine, I'd burn every piece of evidence and never speak of this again. I'd work on our marriage, forget the suspicions, move forward. But I already know the truth. You know when you know. That's the thing no one tells you about betrayal. Your body knows before your brain catches up. The way she won't look at me during dinner. The way she tenses when I touch her. The way she said, "How did you get home?" Last week when I came back early from work, like she was expecting to be alone. If you've ever known a truth you didn't want to face but couldn't ignore, that terrible certainty that lives in your gut and keeps you awake at night, you know this feeling. You know what it's like to hope you're wrong while knowing you're right. I mail the envelope the next morning. 5 business days. That's what the website said. 5 days until I know for sure. The envelope arrives on a Wednesday. Small, white, clinical. Official lab logo in the corner. I see it sitting in our mailbox when I pull into the driveway after work. Rebecca's car is there. She's home. I take the envelope. Don't open it. Drive to the grocery store parking lot 3 blocks away. Park in the back corner where no one can see me. My hands shake as I tear it open. The document is 2 pages, technical language, lots of numbers. But there, halfway down the first page, highlighted in a box, probability of paternity. 0.0%, not 1%. Not possible margin of error. 0. I sit in my car for 40 minutes staring at that number. The sun sets, the parking lot empties. A security guard drives past, slows down, keeps going. 0, 0. The baby isn't mine. I drive home at 7:30. Rebecca's making dinner. Pasta. I can smell the garlic from the driveway. Normal. Everything looks normal. I walk in, set my keys on the counter. She looks up, smiles. Hey, you're late. Everything okay? We need to talk. Her smile flickers. Okay, let me just... Now. She turns off the stove. Noah's upstairs doing homework. What's going on? I pull the DNA test results from my jacket, unfold them, place them on the kitchen table between us. She looks at the paper, then at me, then back at the paper. No shock, no confusion, no, what is this? Just recognition. How did you find out? She asks. Not, this is wrong. Not, there must be a mistake. Just, how did you find out? Like she'd been caught cheating on a test, not destroying 2 families. You're not going to deny it? She sits down, folds her hands on the table, looks at them instead of me. Would you believe me if I did? Whose baby is it? Silence, long enough that I hear the clock ticking in the living room, hear Noah's footsteps upstairs, hear my own heartbeat. Rebecca, whose baby is it? It just happened, Thomas. One night, I was drunk. Was it Brandon? Her silence is the answer. Something breaks inside me, not loud, not dramatic. Just a quiet snap, like a bridge cable giving way under too much weight. Your sister's ex-fiancé, the man who broke her heart 2 years ago, the man she still cries about, she's over him. She's not over him. My voice is too loud. I hear Noah's footsteps stop upstairs. I lower my voice. She's not over him, and you knew that. You knew that when you planned this. Planned? I didn't plan anything. It just... Don't lie to me. Not now. I found the text. Her face goes pale. Actually pale. The color drains like someone pulled a plug. What text? All of them. 6 months of text to B, the cloud backup. You contacted him first. You chose the hotel. You lied to Emily about this being a healing trip. You planned every single part of this. She stands up. You went through my phone? You're pregnant with another man's child and you're mad that I went through your phone. You had no right. I had every right. You're my wife, or you were my wife. I don't even know what you are anymore. She's crying now, but they're not tears of remorse. They're tears of being caught. I made a mistake, she says. People make mistakes. This wasn't a mistake. Mistakes are accidents. This was a choice. 6 months of choices. What do you want me to say? I want you to tell me why. Why Brandon? Why your sister's ex? Why... My voice breaks. Why would you do this to Emily? She looks at me then, really looks at me, and for just a second I see something behind her eyes, something cold and old and bitter. You wouldn't understand, she says. Try me. No. She picks up her purse. I'm going to my mother's. We can talk about this when you've calmed down. You're leaving? Right now? I can't do this with Noah upstairs. I can't. She's already walking toward the door. I'll call you tomorrow. She's gone before I can respond. I hear her car start, drive away. I stand in my kitchen, alone, holding a piece of paper that says, my marriage is over. 0%. I don't sleep that night. I sit at my laptop in the home office, scrolling through those recovered texts. 6 months of messages. I read every single one. October 12th. Hey Brandon, it's Rebecca, Emily's sister. I found you on LinkedIn. We should catch up. October 15th. That's great that you're doing well. Are you seeing anyone? October 23rd. Emily's good. She's moved on. Dating someone new, actually. I think she's over what happened. November 3rd. I've been thinking about you a lot lately. Is that weird? November 17th. You still love her, don't you? Even after all this time? November 20th. What if I told you that you could have something you wanted? Not her, but something. December 8th. I'm planning a trip to Cabo for Emily, like a healing girls trip. The Fontainebleau. You should look it up. It's beautiful. December 19th. Oh, wow, you're consulting there. What a coincidence. It wasn't a coincidence. She picked that hotel because Brandon was working there. She planned the whole thing. January 4th. Emily will never know. She's moved on anyway. January 28th. I've always wondered what it would be like to be the one people notice. February 14th. See you there. Don't tell anyone. March 22nd. Emily thinks this is for her. She has no idea this is for me. March 24th. When she sees I'm pregnant with your baby, maybe she'll finally feel what I felt my whole life. Second best. I read that message 3 times. When she sees I'm pregnant with your baby, maybe she'll finally feel what I felt my whole life. Second best. This wasn't an affair. This wasn't passion or loneliness or a drunken mistake. This was revenge. I print every text, all 43 pages, highlight the key ones, create a timeline in Excel, because that's what teachers do when their world falls apart. We organize information into spreadsheets. At 3 a.m, I call my lawyer, leave a voicemail. Bill, it's Thomas Parker. I need to talk to you about a divorce and custody. Call me. At 6 a.m, Noah comes downstairs, finds me at the kitchen table surrounded by printed text messages. Where's Mom? She stayed at Grandma's last night. Why? We had an argument. It's okay. Adults argue sometimes. About the baby? I look at him. 8 years old, too smart for his own good. Yeah, about the baby. Is the baby sick? No, buddy, the baby's fine. Then why are you sad? I pull him into a hug, hold him tight. I'm going to figure this out. I promise. The letter arrives 3 days later. I'm checking the mail when I see it. White envelope, my name and address written in blue ink. Shaky handwriting, no return address. I open it standing at the mailbox. 3 pages, handwritten. The paper's soft, like it's been folded and unfolded many times. Dear Thomas, I don't deserve forgiveness. I'm not even asking for it. I just need you to know the truth. Rebecca contacted me first. April 14th of last year. I hadn't talked to Emily or anyone in her family since the breakup. I was trying to move on. Then Rebecca found me on LinkedIn, said we should catch up. She told me Emily had moved on, that Emily was engaged to someone new, that Emily was happy and I should stop feeling guilty about how things ended. It was a lie, all of it. She told me she was planning a trip to Cabo with Emily, a healing trip. She asked what hotel I'd recommend. I told her the Fontainebleau because I was consulting there. She acted surprised, said, "What a coincidence." It wasn't a coincidence. When we saw each other that first night in Cabo, she was alone. She said Emily was sleeping. She said she wanted to talk about Emily, about how to help her sister move on. We had drinks, talked, and then I'm not going to make excuses. I knew what I was doing. I knew it was wrong. But Rebecca made it sound like it was okay, like Emily had moved on, like this was just 2 people who needed comfort. She contacted me after, told me she was pregnant. I asked if she was going to tell you. She said, eventually. I asked if she was going to tell Emily. She laughed. She said, when Emily sees I'm pregnant with your baby, maybe she'll finally understand what it feels like. That's when I realized what I'd done, what she'd done. This wasn't about comfort or moving on or healing. This was about hurting Emily. I've written Emily 47 letters. I've burned all of them. What could I possibly say? Sorry I slept with your sister while you still loved me. Sorry I let her manipulate both of us. When I found out Emily was still heartbroken, still single, still in love with the man I used to be, I wanted to die. I'm telling you this because you deserve to know, and because Rebecca is going to lie. She's going to make this sound like an affair, like passion, like something that just happened. But it didn't just happen. She planned it. Months of planning, all to hurt her sister. I don't know what you'll do with this information. I don't know if you'll tell Emily. Maybe you should. Maybe she deserves to know her sister hates her this much. Tell Emily I'm sorry. Tell her I'll spend my life being sorry. Brandon Mitchell. The letter is tear-stained. The ink is smudged in places. He cried while writing this. I fold it back up, put it in my jacket pocket, walk inside. I need to call Emily. It's 10:30 at night when I finally dial her number. She answers on the third ring. Thomas? Is everything okay? Is it Noah? Noah's fine. Everyone's fine. I take a breath. I need to tell you something about Rebecca. Silence. Then, what about Rebecca? Can we meet? I don't want to do this over the phone. You're scaring me. Just tell me. So I tell her, not everything, just enough. The pregnancy, the DNA test, Brandon. The silence that follows is so long I think she's hung up. Emily? She went to Cabo with me. Her voice is small, far away. That trip was supposed to be for me. She planned it. She said I needed healing. She said, a sharp intake of breath. Oh my God, she planned it. Brandon sent me a letter. He confirms everything. He says she contacted him first, told him you'd moved on. I haven't moved on. He knows I haven't moved on. I know. Emily, I'm so sorry. My sister. She's crying now. I can hear it in her voice. My sister slept with Brandon to hurt me. It looks that way. No, it doesn't just look that way. It is that way. She's not crying anymore. Her voice has gone hard. I found her journal once, when we were teenagers. I was 16. I was looking for a book in the basement, and I found her diary. There was one entry that just said, I wish Emily would disappear. I convinced myself she didn't mean it, that she was just having a bad day, but she meant it. She's always meant it. Why would she hate you that much? Because they loved me more. She says it simply, like it's obvious. Our parents, they always loved me more. I was the baby. I was the easy one. Rebecca was difficult, angry, always pushing them away, so they stopped trying. And instead of hating them for giving up on her, she hated me for being easy to love. I think about that family photo. Rebecca circling herself in red, writing me. I spent 20 years giving her the benefit of the doubt, Emily says. Every time she was cold, every time she cut me down, every time she made me feel like I was too much or too needy or too... Her voice breaks. She was my sister, Thomas. She was my sister. We're both quiet for a long moment. What are you going to do? She asks. I'm filing for divorce, and I'm getting full custody of Noah. I have evidence, the texts, the DNA test, Brandon's letter. Can I help? Is there anything I can do? Actually, I say slowly, there might be. Emily comes over the next day. Saturday, Rebecca's still at her parents' house. She's called twice. I haven't answered. Emily looks thin, tired, like she hasn't slept in 2 years, which is probably accurate. I brought something, she says. She's holding a small cardboard box. Mom and Dad have a storage unit. It has all our childhood stuff. I went there this morning, found this. She opens the box. Inside is Rebecca's old jewelry box from college, locked. I found the key in Mom's junk drawer. She doesn't know I took this. Emily opens it. Inside are earrings, necklaces, bracelets, normal jewelry box contents. But at the bottom, wrapped in tissue paper, is something that makes Emily go completely still. She pulls it out, holds it up to the light. A ring, sapphire center stone, white gold band, delicate, beautiful, clearly an antique. That's your engagement ring, I say. I thought I lost this after Brandon left. I looked everywhere. I cried for weeks. I thought maybe I'd thrown it away in grief and didn't remember. She opens the tissue paper further. Inside is a photo, printed, not digital. A mirror selfie. Rebecca wearing a bikini, holding a champagne glass, smiling at the camera. The ring is on her left hand. Emily flips the photo over, written on the back in Rebecca's handwriting, Cabo, March 2024. Perfect. Emily's hands are shaking. She took it. She stole my engagement ring. She wore it when she can't finish the sentence. When she slept with Brandon, I finish quietly. Emily sits down on my couch, stares at the ring in her palm. Why? She whispers. We shared a room growing up. We braided each other's hair. We made up dances. We told each other everything. When did she start hating me? I don't know. The cruelty has layers I can't even comprehend. She looks up at me. What kind of person steals their sister's engagement ring and wears it while sleeping with that sister's ex-fiancé? Someone who's been planning this for a very long time. Emily closes her hand around the ring. I'm keeping this. It was my grandmother's. Rebecca has no right to it. Agreed. What now? Now, I say, we go to your parents. They need to know the truth. The emergency family meeting happens Sunday night. Margaret called it, said there's tension in the family and we need to talk it out. She doesn't know what tension. Rebecca hasn't told them anything. We sit in their living room, me, Rebecca, Emily, Margaret, and Richard. Same room where that family photo hangs on the wall. Little Rebecca circled in red. Little Emily in their parents' arms. Margaret looks at all of us. So, someone want to tell me what's going on? Rebecca says Thomas is upset about the baby. Emily says she needs to talk to us about something important. What is happening? Rebecca speaks first. Thomas is just overwhelmed. We're having a baby, and he's stressed about money, and the baby isn't mine, I say. The room goes silent. Margaret's mouth opens, closes. What? The baby Rebecca's carrying isn't mine. I had a paternity test done. 0% a match. Richard stands up, sits back down. There must be a mistake. There's no mistake. The baby is Brandon Mitchell's. Margaret looks at Rebecca. Emily's Brandon? It's not like that. Rebecca starts. Then what is it like? I pull out my phone, open the text message screenshots, hand the phone to Margaret. She's been planning this for 6 months. Read the text. Margaret scrolls. Her face goes pale, paler. She hands the phone to Richard without a word. Rebecca? Margaret's voice is shaking. Tell me this isn't real. Mom, I can explain. Did you sleep with your sister's ex-fiancé while pretending to take her on a healing trip? Rebecca looks at Emily, then at me, then at her mother. I'm sorry you're all upset, but Emily needs to stop acting like I ruined her life. Brandon left her 2 years ago. She needs to move on. And Thomas. She looks at me. Thomas is just jealous because I finally did something for myself instead of being the perfect wife and mother. Emily stands up. You didn't do this for yourself. You did this to hurt me. Not everything is about you, Emily. You stole my engagement ring. You wore it in Cabo. Rebecca's face flashes with something. Surprise, maybe. She didn't expect Emily to know about the ring. I don't know what you're talking about. Emily pulls the ring from her pocket, holds it up. Grandma's ring, the one I thought I lost, the one I cried about for months. You took it, and you wore it while you fucked Brandon. Emily! Margaret gasps. No, Mom. I'm done being polite. I'm done protecting her feelings. She's been planning this for months. She contacted Brandon. She chose the hotel where he was working. She told him I'd moved on. She lied to everyone. And then she wore my engagement ring like a trophy while she destroyed what was left of my relationship with him. Rebecca looks at Emily across the table, really looks at her, and something in her face shifts. The mask cracks. I'm sorry you're struggling with my happiness, she says. Her voice is cold, detached. But maybe if you'd been less perfect your whole life, people would have paid attention to me, too. The room goes still. What? Emily whispers. You heard me. Perfect Emily. Pretty Emily. Easy Emily, everyone's favorite. Mom and Dad's golden child. I was invisible my entire life because you took up all the oxygen in every room. That's not fair. Margaret starts. Not fair? Not fair? Rebecca's voice rises. You threw me a birthday party when I turned 12. 20 people showed up. When Emily turned 10, 50 people came. 50. You loved her more, and you know it. That's not true, Richard says quietly. It is true, and Emily knows it. Don't you, Emily? Rebecca smiles. It's not a kind smile. You've always known you were the favorite. You just pretended not to notice so you could feel good about yourself. Emily's face is white. I never asked them to. You didn't have to ask. You just existed and everyone loved you, and I had to work for every scrap of attention, every single scrap. So you destroyed my life? Emily's crying now. Because Mom and Dad didn't throw you a big enough birthday party? I didn't destroy your life. You're fine. You'll find someone else. You always do. I put my hand on Emily's arm. Not yet. 3 more days. Noah's birthday party. Then everyone would know. Emily looks at me. I shake my head slightly. She understands. I think we should all take some time to cool down, I say. I stand up. Come on, Emily, let's go. Thomas, wait, Margaret starts. I'll call you tomorrow, I tell her, but right now I need to leave. Emily follows me out. We get to my car. She's shaking. Why did we leave? We should have... Trust me, I say. Noah's birthday party is in 3 days. Both families will be there, 30 people. If we're going to expose this, we do it publicly, so everyone knows what she did, so she can't spin it later, so there are witnesses. Emily stares at me. You want to tell everyone at a child's birthday party? I want her to face what she's done in front of everyone who matters. Your parents, our friends, the neighbors, everyone. That's... Emily pauses. That's actually brilliant. I'm a teacher. We're good at public humiliation. She almost laughs. Almost. What do I do until then? You stay strong. You don't talk to Rebecca. You don't let her manipulate you. And on Wednesday, you show up to Noah's party, and you stand with me when I hand her the envelope. The DNA test? The DNA test. In front of everyone. Emily nods. Okay, I can do that. We stand in my car in her parents' driveway. The house lights are on. Through the window, I can see Rebecca arguing with Margaret. Rebecca's gesturing wildly. Margaret's face is in her hands. 3 more days, I say. 3 more days, Emily repeats. Then everyone would know. Have you ever had to stay silent when someone lied about you? When someone twisted the story to make themselves the victim and you the villain? It's torture. Every instinct screams at you to defend yourself, to tell the truth, to make people understand. But sometimes the best revenge is patience. Sometimes you let them feel safe. Let them think they've won. Let them build their false narrative higher and higher, because the fall is so much harder from up there. If you've ever had to wait for justice while someone lied about you, comment "Stay strong" below. I need you to know I see you. I understand. 3 more days until the party. 3 more days until the truth came out. I could wait 3 more days. Wednesday, Noah's 8th birthday party. I wake up at 6 in the morning with the DNA test envelope on my nightstand. I sealed a duplicate copy last night. Clean, official, undeniable. Rebecca's been staying at her parents' house since Sunday. She's called 6 times. I haven't answered. This morning she texts, "Can we please talk before the party? I don't want Noah's day ruined." I don't respond. The party starts at 2. I spend the morning setting up balloons, streamers, a cake shaped like a basketball because Noah loves basketball. Everything normal, everything perfect. Emily arrives at 1:30. She's wearing a simple blue dress. Her grandmother's ring is on her right hand. Not the engagement finger, a different meaning. You ready? She asks. No, but we're doing it anyway. She nods. Where's the envelope? I pull it from my jacket pocket, white, official, the lab logo in the corner. Are you sure about this? She asks. Once you do this, Thomas, you can't take it back. She took Rebecca from you. She took our marriage from me. She took trust from Noah. She doesn't get to take anything else. Okay. Emily touches my arm. I'm with you. The guests arrive at 2. Rebecca's parents, my parents, neighbors, Noah's friends from school, teachers I work with, 34 people total, everyone who matters. Rebecca arrives at 2:15 with her parents. She looks tired, makeup heavier than usual, covering dark circles, but she's smiling, playing the part, devoted mother, excited about the baby. She kisses Noah. Happy birthday, baby. Thanks, Mom. Dad got me the new video game. That's wonderful. She looks at me over Noah's head. Thomas, can we talk? Later, let's do cake first. Margaret's watching us. She knows something's wrong. Richard keeps looking at Emily, then at Rebecca, then at me, trying to figure out the pattern. The party moves forward. Games, pizza, kids running around screaming, normal chaos. At 3 o'clock, I gather everyone for cake. They crowd into our backyard, 34 people forming a semicircle around the picnic table where Noah's basketball cake sits with 8 candles burning. Before we sing, I say, I have a gift for Rebecca. The crowd goes quiet, confused. Why am I giving Rebecca a gift at Noah's party? Thomas, what? Rebecca starts. I pull the envelope from my jacket, hand it to her. This is for you. She takes it, looks at me, looks at the envelope. The room is completely silent now. Even the kids have stopped playing. What is this? She asks. Open it. Her hands shake as she tears the envelope open, pulls out the single page inside, reads it. I watch the color drain from her face, watch her eyes go wide, watch her look at me, then at her mother, then at Emily. Thomas, her voice is barely a whisper. Read it out loud, I say, so everyone can hear. I'm not. Read it. Margaret steps forward. What's going on? Rebecca's hands are shaking so hard the paper rattles. She can't speak, can't move, so I speak for her. It's a DNA test, the baby Rebecca's carrying. I'm not the father. 0% probability of paternity. The silence that follows is absolute. No one moves. No one breathes. Then Margaret says, What? Rebecca got pregnant during her girls' trip to Cabo. The father is Brandon Mitchell, Emily's ex-fiancé. Emily steps forward, stands beside me. Unified front. She planned it, Emily says quietly. For 6 months. She contacted him. She chose the hotel where he was working. She told him I'd moved on. Then she stole my engagement ring and wore it while she... Her voice breaks. While she destroyed what was left of my life. Margaret looks at Rebecca. Tell me this isn't true. Rebecca's staring at the paper, not speaking, in shock. Then, from the back of the crowd, a voice. It's true. Everyone turns. Brandon Mitchell is standing in our backyard. He's thin, unshaven. Looks like he hasn't slept in weeks, but he's here. I'm sorry, he says. He's looking at Emily, only at Emily. I'm so sorry, but Thomas is right. Rebecca contacted me. She planned everything. I was stupid enough to believe her when she said you'd moved on, when she said this would help you heal. You... Rebecca finds her voice. You weren't supposed to be here. I know, but I couldn't let you lie anymore. I couldn't let Emily think this was an accident. Margaret turns to Rebecca. Tell me they're lying. Tell me this is some kind of mistake. Rebecca looks at her mother, at the crowd, at me, at Emily. And for the first time in her life, my wife has no lie ready. She starts, stops, starts again. It's not what it sounds like. Then what is it? Richard asks. His voice is hard, cold. I've never heard him sound like this. Emily got everything. Rebecca's voice rises, cracks. Her whole life, she got everything, the attention, the love, the perfect proposal, She's crying now, angry tears. I was invisible my entire life because of her. So you destroyed her life. Margaret's voice shakes. You slept with her ex-fiancé to hurt her? to make her feel something, to make her understand what it's like to be second best. Emily pulls something from her purse, Rebecca's journal, the one from the storage unit. Age 14, Emily reads. Her voice is steady, calm. Why do they love her more? Age 22. Emily's engagement. Of course, she gets a ring. I get a boyfriend who won't commit. Age 34. Time to take something back. The crowd is listening, absorbing, understanding. You planned this for years, Emily continues. This wasn't an affair. This was revenge. Rebecca looks at Emily across the yard, really looks at her, and something inside her snaps. Yes, she screams. Yes, I planned it. I contacted Brandon. I wore your stupid ring. I got pregnant on purpose because you needed to feel what I felt for 30 years. Second best. Invisible. The one nobody wanted. Rebecca. Margaret reaches for her. Don't touch me. You loved her more. You always loved her more. Every birthday, every achievement, every moment of my life, it was Emily. Emily, Emily. This was supposed to destroy her, not me. Margaret's face crumples. So you destroyed yourself instead? Good. At least now someone's looking at me. The silence that follows is broken by the sound of Margaret's hand hitting Rebecca's face. The slap echoes across the yard. Margaret's never hit anyone in her life, but she just slapped her daughter. You will leave my house, Margaret says. Her voice is ice. You will not contact Emily. You will not ask me for help. You are not my daughter anymore. Richard doesn't say anything. He just turns around and walks away. Down the driveway, gets in his car, drives off. Emily stands there, tears streaming down her face. She looks at Rebecca, the sister who hated her for 30 years, who planned her destruction with the precision of a military campaign. You were my sister, Emily says softly. My whole life, you were my sister. I would have died for you, and you couldn't even love me. Rebecca starts. No, you don't get to explain. You don't get to make this better. You made your choice. Emily looks at me, at Noah, who's standing with his friends, confused and scared. Thomas, take care of Noah. He deserves better than her. Emily walks away, past the guests, past her mother, out of my yard. Rebecca's left, standing alone, everyone staring, everyone knowing. That's when she finally breaks. Not tears of remorse, tears of rage that her plan failed, that she's the one who ended up destroyed. I'm leaving, she says to no one in particular. She walks out of the party, out of our lives. Margaret follows her. Rebecca, wait! But Rebecca's already in her car, already gone. The party's over. The guests leave quietly, awkwardly. They don't know what to say. Noah comes up to me. Dad, is Mom coming back? I don't know, buddy. Did she do something bad? I kneel down, look him in the eyes. Yeah, she did something bad, and sometimes when people do bad things, they can't come home. He thinks about this. Okay, then, can we still eat cake? I almost laugh. Almost. Yeah, we can still eat cake. The fallout is swift. Rebecca's real estate firm terminates her contract. Moral turpitude clause. One of the partners' wives was at the party. The story spread fast. Margaret and Richard amend their will. Rebecca's name is removed. Everything goes to Emily now. The divorce proceedings take 3 months. Bill, my lawyer, presents the text messages, the DNA test, Brandon's written confession. The judge grants me full custody. Rebecca gets supervised visitation twice a month. She shows up to the first one 30 minutes late, smelling like wine. Noah barely speaks to her. Brandon loses his consulting job. The company doesn't want the scandal. He moves to Oregon. Sends Emily a final letter apologizing. She doesn't respond. Rebecca's friends drop her. One by one. The Facebook community groups explode. Cabo Baby becomes her nickname. People she's known for years won't return her calls. She moves to an apartment across town. Small, 1 bedroom. Works part-time at a furniture store because she can't get her real estate license reinstated. The baby is born in December, a girl. Rebecca names her Sophia. I don't ask to meet her. Noah asks once. I tell him maybe when he's older. Emily and I don't date. People ask. We're not interested, but we become friends. Real friends. The kind who show up for each other. The kind who chose each other. 6 months later, I'm at the park with Noah on a Saturday morning. He's playing on the monkey bars with his friends. I'm sitting on a bench drinking coffee. Emily walks up. She's carrying 2 coffees. Thought you might want a refill, she says. You're a lifesaver. She sits beside me. We watch Noah play. He sees her, waves. Aunt Emily, he shouts. Then he goes back to playing. Emily's quiet for a moment. Then he called me Aunt again. He never stopped. After everything, I thought he might blame me. Kids are smarter than we think. He knows who stayed, who showed up. You stayed, she says. You showed up for me when I needed it. You did the same. We sit in comfortable silence, the kind you can only have with people who've been through hell together and came out the other side. Do you hate her? Emily asks. No, I hate what she did. But her? I mostly just feel sad for her. She spent 30 years building this resentment, this rage. And in the end, it destroyed her, not you. She destroyed herself. Yeah, she did. Noah runs over. Aunt Emily, did you see? I can do all the monkey bars now. That's amazing. Show me again. He runs off. Emily smiles. You never stopped being his aunt, I tell her. You just stopped being her sister. And honestly, that's the best thing that could have happened to both of us. She looks at me. Found family is real family. Yeah, it is. That night, after Noah's asleep, I'm cleaning up the living room when I see it. The old family photo from Margaret's house. She gave it to me after everything, said she couldn't look at it anymore. The photo where little Rebecca circled herself in red, where little Emily sat in their parents' laps. The beginning of 30 years of pain. I take it off the shelf, look at it one last time. Then I walk to the fireplace, light it, watch the photo burn. The edges curl, the faces disappear, the red circle melts away, the glass cracks, the frame warps. I watch until there's nothing left but ash. Then I go to my desk drawer, pull out a different photo, one from last weekend. Thomas, Noah, and Emily at the zoo, feeding giraffes, laughing, real laughter. 3 people, not related by blood, but family anyway. I frame it. Put it on the mantle where the old photo used to be. Noah comes downstairs, sees me. What are you doing? Just putting up a new picture. He looks at it, smiles. That was a fun day. It was. You ready for bed? Can I ask you something first? Always. Will Mommy ever come back? Like back? To live with us? I kneel down, hold his hands. Nobody. She won't. Because she did something bad. Because she chose something bad. And sometimes people make choices that mean they can't come home. He thinks about this. But Aunt Emily came back. My throat tightens. Yeah, she did. Because Aunt Emily chooses good things? Because Aunt Emily chooses love. He hugs me. I'm glad she chose us. Me too, buddy. Me too. He goes to bed. I stand in my living room, looking at the new photo on the mantle. 3 people. A family that chose each other. If this story reminded you that family is about loyalty, not DNA, that the people who stay are the ones who matter, I want to hear from you. Share your found family story below. Tell me about the person who chose to love you when they didn't have to. Tell me about the friend who became a sibling, the neighbor who became a parent, the stranger who became everything. Because blood isn't thicker than water, loyalty is. And we had finally found ours.